Welcome back to Beyond the Label, everyone. I'm Eric Marquette, and I'm joined by the always energetic Harper Bennett. Today, we're digging into the world of peer support networks and how they're such a game changer for mental well-being, especially in the disability community.
Yep. And okay, let's not sugarcoat it. Life with a disability, or with any chronic thing, can feel extra isolating. Especially when, your closest friends just don't get it. But peer support? It's honestly magic. There's a bunch of research backing this up. Folks who regularly connect with others in similar situations see major boosts in their mental health and just overall vibes.
Absolutely. And peer support isn't one size fits all. You've got your classic in-person groups, sometimes at local community centres, sometimes someone's kitchen table. Then there's these enormous online communities, places like The Mighty and Peer Connections. I actually still check The Mighty for their discussion threads, just to see how creative some of the advice is.
Right? And it's not just big numbers, it's like the honesty. Online, people sometimes open up way faster. But there's always value in seeing someone's face, or heck, even awkwardly passing the cookies in a circle. Eric, you mentioned before that you found a support group at uni. What was that like?
Yeah, I was a bit hesitant at first, but joining that local group, it honestly changed the way I looked at things. We're talking years ago now, but I remember hearing from students who actually struggled with social anxiety like I did. And suddenly, it wasn't this mysterious, isolating thing. It was just another part of life we could talk about. Funny how a cuppa and a bit of shared awkwardness can make all the difference, eh?
That's classic British comfort. Have some tea and spill your guts. But seriously, wherever you are, having that circle can literally pull you back from the brink some days. Okay, so let's get into what those successful support networks look like, because there's a few best practices we've got to shout out. So you know who's crushing it? NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Their peer-led groups are legendary. You walk in and immediately feel like there's zero judgment. And loads of disability resource centers at colleges have peer mentorship programs. It's not just, here's what I did. It's, let's tackle this together.
That's a huge part of it. When peer support is well done, it's always about creating a safe space. No one likes feeling like the odd one out, and it takes intentional effort, ground rules, confidentiality, leaders who know how to actually listen without steamrolling. Consistency helps too. You want to know your group's got your back every week or every month, not just when things blow up.
And I know for me, leadership opportunities are massive. I started out super shy. Hard to believe, but true. But eventually, running a session gave me so much confidence. Honestly, when folks can step up, run workshops, or even just suggest a topic, it makes everything more empowering.
I like that model. Everyone has something to contribute, so instead of a top-down approach, it feels collective. Speaking of which, I'm genuinely curious. Listeners, when was the last time you felt a group was truly welcoming and trustworthy? What qualities did that group, or maybe just one person, have? Let us know. We'll share some stories in our next listener roundup.
Yes! Real talk, we crowdsource the best ideas on this show. Okay, moving on. I want to get super practical. How exactly can people build and keep these peer networks going?
Right, let's make this actionable. First off, lay some ground rules. Guidelines about safety, confidentiality, and boundaries. Doesn't need to be formal, but it's important everyone knows what's expected. Then tap into digital tools. WhatsApp, Discord, Zoom, they make connecting so much easier, especially for folks who can't get to a physical location.
Major plus for introverts, too, who can lurk until they're ready. And when things go quiet, it doesn't mean people don't care. It might just be that life's wild that week. Encourage check-ins, whether that's silly memes or a here if you need me text. Oh, and common hurdles? Stigma. It's wild how hard it is sometimes just to type, "I'm struggling." Part of keeping any network strong is normalizing all sorts of experiences, even the ones you think don't count.
Exactly. Another thing, inclusivity. No group can be everything to everyone, but it helps to recognize different disability experiences. That might mean, for instance, varying meeting times or providing captions so everyone's actually included. I saw this firsthand with PeerLink. During lockdown, their online meetings became a literal lifeline. Folks from rural areas or people housebound by chronic illness could finally join in. That kind of bridging? Game changer.
Yes, that's meeting people where they are, not where it's easiest for the organizers. Next, let's talk about actually measuring if your group is, well, working. I'm going to say it. Feedback isn't just for workplaces or boring surveys. Regular check-ins or short surveys can help figure out what's connecting or what's totally missing the mark. Like, is everyone just coming for the snacks? Or are people actually feeling supported? Both are valid, but you want to know.
Spot on. And then there's long-term thinking. Sustainability is tricky. Groups often lose momentum without support. Training volunteers, developing new leaders from within, that's what creates continuity. And don't forget funding. Securing a small grant, collaborating with local charities, or even pooling group member skills to keep things running smoothly.
Ongoing learning is another biggie. Whether that's bringing in a guest about trauma, hosting a workshop on self-advocacy, or just sharing a mind-blowing article, if people are learning and growing, the connections in the group stay super strong. All right, moving from technical stuff to the heart of it. How do these groups build empathy and make everyone feel seen?
Empathy is at the core, isn't it? I mean, sharing personal stories, your own journey, is what makes these spaces real. When one person speaks up, suddenly 3 others are nodding. Me too. The vulnerability it takes is not to be underestimated. And actually, storytelling sessions aren't just feel-good moments. They can spark real understanding, breaking all sorts of stereotypes.
Totally. But let's not pretend conflict never happens. I've watched groups implode when disagreement turns personal. That's why simple conflict resolution training, like, seriously, a half-hour practice run, makes a difference. People need to know how to argue with, not against each other.
And let's sprinkle some resilience building in too. Workshops on mindfulness, think basic breathing or chair yoga, not mountain retreats, can reset the group's energy. It's like building muscles for your mind. The more you practice, the better you bounce back from tough days.
We did a session once using nothing but Disney song lyrics to talk about optimism and, slightly embarrassing, but everyone left humming. Sometimes it's the weirdest techniques that stick. Okay, so what about reaching even more people with these networks and making sure absolutely everyone feels welcome?
Now, this is where outreach gets really key. It's easy for networks to become echo chambers, same faces, same stories. Expanding means proactively inviting people from underrepresented backgrounds, different cultures, ages, disability experiences. It could be something like reaching out through local organizations, or even running pop-up sessions in new places.
And customizing is huge. Don't just assume one event fits all. Make sure activities are accessible for different abilities and culturally relevant. I've seen groups get it right by having bilingual sessions, offering quiet spaces, or adapting activities so everyone can actually join the fun, not just sit on the sidelines.
Exactly. Leveraging partnerships helps too. Connect with advocacy groups, healthcare providers, or local clubs. That way, you're not shouldering it all alone, and you can tap into broader support. Plus, it helps embed peer support as a central part of community resources, not just a nice-to-have side project.
Which brings us full circle. When peer networks truly listen, adapt, and reach out, They create these powerful spaces where everyone's mental health and sense of belonging can thrive. We've covered a lot, Eric, right?
We have, and honestly, I think we've just scratched the surface. For anyone listening, whether you're running a group, thinking about joining, or maybe just lurking for now, know that you're part of something bigger than you realise. Harper, thanks for another brilliant conversation.
Anytime. And hey, keep the stories, tips, and the epic fails coming. Those are gold. Next time, we'll dive into another way to go, well, beyond the label. Take care, everyone.
See you all next episode. Goodbye, Harper, and goodbye to our listeners.